The Dreamer. This is a story of India's missile man, a visionary, a dreamer, India's former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Born in a village called Rameshwaram, seeing the airplanes flying high up in the air, he always dreamt of flying one of those someday. Enthusiastic about education, he studied aeronautical engineering from Madras Institute of Technology. Later, after completing his education, he joined DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization. He was a strong believer in the potential of science and technology and how development in technology can result in India's progress and status in the world. One day, Professor Vikram Sarabhai proposed his wish of making India's own satellite launch vehicle. This dream was believed to be India's dream from the 18th century when Tipu Sultan tried developing different rocket and rocket launching systems. After he lost the war, Britishers collected all the rockets and their subsystems and sent them to England to reverse engineer and understand how exactly rockets can be made. This dream once again seemed possible under the leadership of APJ Abdul Kalam. Finally, after many years of efforts, dozens of ups and downs, and big failures, India was able to achieve its own satellite launching vehicle. But the real dream of 100% indigenous missiles was yet to be achieved. As a leader of DRDL, APJ Abdul Kalam decided to initiate this project of self-reliant missile range Prithvi, Trishul, Akash, Nag and Agni. There were very few countries in the world with self-reliant missile technology, and all these countries were keen to see what India does. Prithvi was ready for the first launch.
T-minus 17 seconds and counting. 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, start, 2, 1, boost ignition, and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Discovery, returning to the space station, paving the way for future missions beyond.
India's first self-reliant surface-to-surface missile and the foundation technology for India's own missile range. India's neighboring states were threatened by this achievement. Western states were initially shocked and surprised, and then they prohibited India from procuring any resource from the world that could make India's missile project successful. India's self-reliance left all developed nations of the world worried. Agni's team had more than 500 scientists. Facing so many difficulties on the way, Agni was ready for the first launch. For safety, all nearby villages from the launch site were evacuated. Newspapers and media made this event a focus. Developed countries of the world were forcing India to withdraw this mission. But India's government and scientists were confident for the launch. 14 seconds before the launch, there was a defect in an instrument which was solved. But meanwhile, the downrange station ordered to stop the launch. The launch had to be postponed. The newspaper made a big joke about the event. People started making fun of the launch, saying again is a non-violent missile. It won't kill anyone. It was a very big failure for Indian scientists. But Dr. Kalam did not stop here. A team of expert scientists went on to resolve all possible issues for the next 10 days and decided on a new launch date. The launch was finally happening. Again, the computer ordered to abort the mission due to some issue. Mission did not stop here. Scientists got back to their job and made all possible efforts for the launch of Agni on 22nd May 1982. It was decided as a new date for the launch. Everyone was curious whether the launch will happen or not. Defense Minister asked Dr. Kalam, how would you celebrate the success launch for Agni tomorrow? After a quick thought, he replied, we'll plant 1 lakh trees. The next day, 7 a.m., Agni was launched successfully.
3, 2, 1, now, 1, 2,
We have made history by
The launch went so smooth that could never have been imagined. This took 5 years of continuous efforts and lots of failures. India had to face a lot of pressure in these 5 years. India could achieve what it dreamed for.